Common Sense Media activated.
Live from the 210, it's the Wave of the Few Short Show, and we are your hosts, Mr. Trey M. Carr, and I am E. James.
Welcome everyone to WFS. Wave of the Few Short is the show where the head meets the heart. In this week's episode, we got a few things to cover. So for those of you that have been rocking with us since day one, for our new people, we're going to offer a little something old, a little something new. So stay tuned. It's going to be a good time. But before we get into that, good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening. What's up, dude?
Chilling.
What's going on, guys? Big chilling. That's what we do, right?
Yeah. So, it's hot. Not as hot as not hot as it's been for the last, God, it feels like forever now. What, month?
Yeah.
Month and a half? But it's still hot. You know it's hot when you're like, hey, man, it's 99. It's not too bad.
Yeah. If you don't break 100, yeah, it's a good day. So 92 in your car, like, that's not bad.
I'll take it.
That's not bad.
I'll take it.
Yeah. So apparently, according to Trey, that this is like the hottest year on record right now.
Yeah. July was the hottest month on record since records have been kept. 1860, and then they do their projections going back. And there are some scientists that project that this month of July was the hottest month we've seen in 100,000 years. Some people dispute it. Some people are, they're going back and forth about it. But like you said, I believe it. It's hot out there, man. And it's not just Texas heat. This is record-breaking heat everywhere. You pick the spot, and it's hot. Africa, Asia, Europe, North America, Central America, all recording record highs.
And even though we had a different meaning, Mr. Wheezy F Baby is accurate when he says, my block is hot, hot. And we ain't talking about the popo.
I saw a Reddit post earlier in the summer of some dude who put 3 Saint candles on his AC unit.
Jeez. They melt?
Probably at this point, yeah. Yeah, but
Nothing but
you just want
glass.
to pray for your AC. Yeah, dude, it was terrible. But yeah, it's been bad. Like, I get anxiety about my air conditioner. I'm like, is it gonna power off?
Yeah, shout out to Trey's sister. I hope she got her AC fixed.
I was just about to say, she came down last weekend and their AC right when they were leaving went out. And it was the second time I think this year that their AC's been out, which is crazy because her house was just built like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, you know what? I'm gonna give a shout out to my teen name, and I'm gonna use his code name, Mr. Squirrel. That's what we like to call him. Don't overpay for a capacitor on your AC. I've been using the same AC company since 2016. My old house got struck by lightning and it messed up the AC and a whole bunch of other stuff. And so it didn't like put a hole in my house, but it arced down and just electrical damage, right? Zapped a bunch of stuff. My insurance were saints, covered everything. But my point is, a capacitor is a part you can buy on Amazon for like $20 to $30. So tell me why I got charged, and this is my ignorance, $295. Like, oh, it's only going to be $95 labor. Charged me $295 for a capacitor. So if I feel lazy and I need somebody to fix my capacitor, I don't feel like messing with my AC, I'm going to say, hey, look, I think it's the capacitor. I've got 2. Will you install the part? If they'll do it, cool. You just saved yourself a bunch of money. If they won't do it, then Dr. YouTube it is. But that's for all of our listeners. Change your own capacitor. Get a multimeter. You can get a multimeter for $10, $15 if you want a decent one. Go on YouTube, look at your model, try to fix it on your own. And that's my tip of the week.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Hey man, it's no joke out here. I got my office is a extension that was built into my house. Half of it used to be a garage. They converted half of my garage to where I'm at now. There's an AC flow running into it, but man, it's hot in here. I got a lot of windows in my house. We went through, because we're trying to save our AC, we went through curtains everywhere. I wasn't a big curtain guy. I'm like, we need to put these curtains up. Do whatever you can do to save you a couple bucks and mitigate. Because, I mean, if you live in San Antonio, there's only one energy company you can run with, and CPS is not playing. And my bill in July was...
Oh, yeah, they're going to get their money.
I've been having a good year, too. I was like, oh, that's it. Oh, that's it. Oh, it came back in July.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, Oh, there it is.
Shoot. The next like major city over is New Braunfels if you're heading north on the way to Austin. And I got a buddy that lives out there. Tell me why this man's electric bill is like $600.
Ew.
Oh, man.
Upwards 7-8. I think at the highest his bill was $800.
Oh, hell no, we getting fans.
That made me vomit. I was like, bro, that's a guitar. That's a Roadcaster. You just bought a Roadcaster.
It's a car payment, dude.
It's a car payment. That's it. For some people, that's a mortgage payment.
Shit.
Oh, man, I wish. Find me a $600 mortgage payment, dude.
Well, depending on where you live, it is $600 without all the taxes and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You know, with all the other stuff that they add in. But yeah, man, it's just ridiculous. I'm like, wow.
So you guys are going to get mad. So my bill last month was $200, just flat.
Yeah.
No, my bill in June was nice. I just got my July bill. I think it's like the 25th of the 25th is my cycle. So we just, or 23rd, I can't remember. It just came out yesterday. June was 180, 200. This one was like 320. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm like, yeah, we cut our bill by $120 last year. This time it was like three something. I raised the temperature of my house. Shout out to my mom and my dad. Because when I went to go see them in Vegas, my mom leaves the house somewhere between like 77 and 80 degrees in a lot of the parts of the house. Now, they have dry heat. But I said, I wonder if we could withstand that in our house. We're at the threshold. Our house sits at about 77 degrees. So it's like upstairs is 76 and downstairs is 78. So we kind of keep it right around there. And now that it's cooler, so to speak, it doesn't feel as bad. My master bedroom is the hottest room in the house. Where I record is the coldest room in the house. So if I want to like cool everybody else off, I just open the doors. Or if I want to introduce some heat in there and regulate it, whatever. But yeah, it's if you can withstand it, just raise your house by a degree, every week till you get used to it. And just hang around. You'll save money. I used to leave my house at like 74, 75 degrees.
Yeah, that's
what a world of difference it makes 3 or 4 degrees. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm still ranked 89th in my neighborhood for energy efficiency.
89th place.
There's a lot of houses over there.
What's up, Trey?
Let me say one thing, man. For people that are like, oh, this is just the way we're I don't care what's going on. I'm a person who believes it's a combination of things. Poles are shifting. A lot of cars going on. Different currents causes, different heat patterns in there. There's a lot of combination of things that are going on. So I'm not hanging my hat all on one thing. But one thing I do know is that this is different. So we have to adjust. So find your way to adjust, whatever it is. A couple of degrees in your house, fans instead of putting your AC down in some rooms, whatever you have to do. But you're going to have to find a way to adjust because I do think this is going to be a trend going forward. And it's only going to get steeper if we do nothing.
That's true.
And we've just alienated all these listeners that are going, you dang tree huggers. Don't tell me what to do with my AC. I like it at 68.
Okay, hey, you don't have to turn your AC up. You don't have to turn your AC up, but maybe you can find something somewhere else, do something different. It doesn't matter what you do, but try to find
Close your
one
blinds
small
during
thing.
the day.
Yeah, I bought curtains. That's all I did. I just bought curtains. Whole lot of curtains. Every room now has curtains in it. My house feels cooler. I put them up 2 hours ago.
I got 2 windows, or I have, excuse me. That's bad English. I've got 2 sets of blinds here. I'm going to get the more blackout blinds, and they go across. There's no lines. They're going to go all the way across. You press a button to lift and pull them down. So when you pull it up, you get full window. On the top, there's a button. When you pull it down, it's white, so you can still let light in. but it you know what I mean? It still allows you to get some light in without it being too bright. So one rule that I've been doing, and we're talking about climate change, we're all in it now. But one thing that I've been doing is at about 1 to 2 o'clock every day, or sometimes earlier if it's really hot, is I make everybody close all the blinds in the living rooms. Get that heat out. Like I leave enough light in the room to get our plants sunlight. We water them, give them their sunlight for a few hours a day, and then boom, we're shutting it down.
Hey man, it may not be climate change. It may just be Earth doing Earth things. But one thing I do know, it's hot. So get you some curtains, turn your AC up a degree, save you some money. Whatever you can do to cool yourself down and save you a little bit of money. That's all it's about.
Try two. Start with one. Have a goal to just raise your temperature by 2 degrees. You don't got to go 3, 4 like me. Go 2. Just see what that's like, But anyway, so speaking of life, I want to send well wishes. I think we all want to send well wishes to a very young man, 18-year-old player who is the son of a all-time great who's still playing, Bronny James. Yeah. I'm assuming he's LeBron James Jr.
Yeah, you're absolutely
right. But he had a cardiac arrest in practice at USC. So my cousin Jelly sent me this earlier, and I was like, WTF? All question marks. Like, whoa. I mean, I hadn't been paying attention to the news because I was working, but that's crazy, man. So Damar Hamlin of the Buffalo Bills, a football player, had this happen to him. When was that? Around Christmas time?
No, that was, I guess, maybe right around Christmas time, yeah.
Between Christmas and Thanksgiving, right? Because it was before the Super Bowl, obviously. Yeah, it had to be before the playoffs. Yeah. So it's probably November. But yeah, he had suffered a cardiac arrest as well. Now, I don't know what you guys have all heard about it, but I was watching ESPN earlier, and they had a specialist on there, this lady who was very knowledgeable. And she's saying a lot of times what happens in these sudden incidents ends up happening is there are underlying conditions that people may not know about. That's not always the case. This only happens to 100 to 150 people where it's like during sports, they have a cardiac arrest. They're perceived to be healthy. And she was saying that what will happen with these folks is they may have something congenital. There may be something like an arrhythmia or any other things. And then there are times in the case of, as mentioned, Damar Hamlin, where the people are healthy. The player is healthy, but an event happens and causes the heart to stop because there's electricity, right? So it stops and then the oxygen doesn't flow. That is so scary. It is so scary. And I didn't go down a rabbit hole. I'm going to turn this over to you guys momentarily, but I didn't go down a rabbit hole, but I want to know if you guys had seen anything, or I wonder if there are any people out there going, I wonder if he was vaccinated.
Of course, there's those loons. There's those loonies that are thinking that. I just think it's maybe the worst, best way to find out of something that you might have. Like, I think Bronny wants to be a basketball player, obviously. He wants to follow in his father's footsteps. And I think a lot of people selfishly want him to be in the league as the same year as his father would be kind of coming out. But I think ultimately, like, it's a human being too. Like, this kid's got dreams and stuff. And if he was told to kind of pursue a different path right now, we'd have to follow and see what would happen too. Because this young man was born into basketball, dude. His dad is basketball. So yeah, there's a lot of high hopes for this kid. I mean, healthy as can be too, but yeah, something in the way the play was going on, or something messed up his heart, and he just kind of, had that moment. So it could be something, it could be nothing, but I just hope it's best that there was no loss of life right there, man. Because dude, everybody wants to see the next generation succeed, and Bronny is like our man. Can you name any other basketball player's son like that? Like, I'm not counting the ball kids. Like this is truly like a great passing on that torch to another prospective great. Like that's unprecedented for basketball.
And we have a lot of basketball sons in the league. Mm-hmm. So help me out, Trey. We've got Kenyon Martin Jr.
Oh, man, there's a
we've
long
got
list.
Carmelo's son's about to go in, right?
Yeah, he's same age as LeBron James' second kid, I think, Carmelo's son.
Yep. And now this, I'm going to elevate this player because he became greater than his father, but Steph Curry, his dad, Del Curry.
Is that Kenny Lofton Jr.? That's not a basketball son, but still a pro athlete. Plays for the Grizzlies.
Yep. There's another, Klay Thompson, but his dad played baseball.
I guess I misspoke.
No, you're totally fine.
There's never been a greater passing the torch. You're absolutely right. From you're talking like if Michael Jordan's son would have came into the league, like this has never happened. Yeah. The greats, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. I mean, Larry Bird had Sue Bird, I guess you can say in that regard, but it's never happened. And again, first and foremost, prayers up to the James
not his
family.
Daughter, is it?
Sue Bird, yeah. No, I always thought they were related. My mom said something, but I don't know. Back in those days, I didn't pay too much attention to WNBA. I didn't have girls.
Gotcha.
But they got to be related in some way. But anyway, prayers up to the family. I can just imagine what it's like going through that. It's got to be probably the scariest thing that LeBron and his wife have ever gone through. It makes it real easy. At least if it was me, it would make it real easy to step away from the game if I was LeBron James. And spend more time with your kid. There's a lot of things that you have to dive out to. I would like to know what was going on in the practice because, like in DeMar Hamlin's case, it was a contact. It was just a freak moment of contact where the dude hit him just as his heart was in a certain beat and rhythm that caused his cardiac arrest. I would like to know what happened in Bronny James's case, if he was just running down running sprints, running suicides, or if, he went and was playing defense and somebody backed into him and it was just one of those freak moments just to kind of give more aspect of what to expect into the future. But this is a kid who his whole life has been on a trajectory and a path. Whether he wants to or not, it's where he's been, and that's where he's put his time and his effort. And I can just imagine as an 18-year-old kid, you have the entire pasture, the entire world in front of you, and you're almost there for something like this to happen. And like Carr said, what if he has to take a different path? How heartbreaking and shattering that can be to a young man. So I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he can come back from this better than ever, stronger than ever. But there's always more to life. So I hope, it's something he can grasp. It's hard to do that at a young age, but I hope everything's okay for him and his family.
Fortunately for him, and real quick, no, they're not related.
No,
Sue Bird used to lie and say that was her uncle.
God dang, I really thought they were related. I got some
I can understand
dirt to drop on my mom.
That's what she said. Yeah.
Be like, girl, you were wrong.
I love bringing that out of the box.
You were right though. Absolutely in your sentiment. Well, right, but I agree with your sentiment. That is, Trey, about wanting this young man to recover. That's the most important thing. Screw basketball, and thank God or thank whoever, or just, hey, it's really fortunate, whatever you believe or don't. Thank goodness this dude has a family that comes from money, because as he recovers, this allows him to consider if he's ends up having a condition that doesn't allow him to play basketball ever again, and that was his dream and that was his path forward. Well, now he can pivot. He can figure out what else it is that he wants to do with his life. And he's got the financial support. And I know there are going to be folks out there that say, oh, well, let's feel bad for the millionaire. His nepotism, his dad, blah, blah, blah. Look, guys, no pun intended, have a heart. All right? Have a heart. Leave the kid alone.
Yeah, well put.
Still a kid,
for sure.
Still a kid.
He's still a kid, bro. Like, that's all he wanted to do. Imagine you wanting to be a pilot. And then you lose an eye.
Oh yeah,
that's all you wanted, and that's all you wanted to do.
Yeah, that's where it's at. As somebody who didn't have the opportunity, it was heartbreaking to get cut from JV and say, "Hey, dude, you're not quite tall enough. You ain't quite got it." I imagine having everything ready. They're already drafting you. You're ready to go, and then something happens. So I hope he can recover.
Yeah.
I want to see that kid in the league. Too, and if not, as long as he's healthy, that's a big thing. But if that's his dream and that's his passion and that's what he can continue to do, I hope he can continue to do it.
Yeah, I hope he can realize it.
I hope his dad's got enough money to give him, a mother
Robot
box.
Oh, that's
Yeah, we're thinking the same way, Car. Cyborg Braun.
Oh,
Cybron.
that'd be too much.
Cybron.
Man.
Pass me the rock.
Actually, wait, a better voice.
I'm open. Hit me for the shot.
Hey, speaking of well wishes, Jamie Foxx. Look, it's Jamie Foxx. Here I come once again. Look,
Yeah,
it's
dude, he shot a
Jamie
video.
Foxx.
Yeah, dude.
He's looking good, man. He looks good. I mean, you can tell he's been through the storm, but
Yeah.
to see him joking and laughing, man, I was checking his Instagram post when he was telling everybody, hey, I'm back. I'm better than ever, whatever, or I'm better. Better than ever is the right way to put it. But I saw his post right underneath there. Man, they had the celebrities right up top. Will Smith was first. The algorithm was working in his favor. But yeah, man, he was getting an outpouring of love. We all talked about Jamie Foxx. Gosh, how many episodes of that ago? 10? 8?
Four?
Maybe
Maybe 4
I don't know. It was,
feels
a good
like
while. It was a good
forever
couple of
ago.
months ago, that's for sure.
It's been a minute, yeah. So maybe it was about 4 or 5 episodes ago. But I'm just glad to see that brother back. And in his honor, I'm gonna watch They Clone Tyrone.
What's that?
That's
That's
was
on
that Netflix?
Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, Netflix. It's with him and John Boyega. It looks great. It looks
does
so
look
good. I mean, not like good as in like high art. It just looks entertaining.
Yeah, it's one of those,
gotcha.
Netflix movies that you watch while you're folding clothes.
You're cooking.
Or something,
Yeah.
something to pass the time with, but it's something that it looks like a good pass the timer for sure. I'm just glad to see him back on camera, and a lot of respect for what he said. I didn't want people to see me like that, and I respect that, and I'm glad, as much as the media pried and tried, those wishes were able to be honored. Shout out to him and his team and his family for being able to withstand that media onslaught. It's really hard.
That pressure, bro.
Yeah.
That
held
pressure,
him down.
people, you
Yeah, for
keeping
sure.
people outside of the circle that don't need to be there. People just there to get a picture, keeping all that at bay was, a lot. And I'm sure a lot to him. And I'm glad to see him, like he said, back laughing and doing what he does. And I hope from here on out his health only gets better and better. It's the first time
Some
I've ever
people
seen
love
Jamie
that
Foxx and he
attention
looks
too
a little
much.
old. Yeah, they do.
Mhm.
Yeah. There are a lot of stars in Hollywood and within the world that would welcome people to see their family like that because it's going to bring clicks and likes and views. A lot of people like that. A lot of people that people
Can
worship
imagine.
like that. But I'm glad to, down to earth family, and they were able to respect his wishes and keep him and his situation under wraps. I don't think anybody still knows exactly what happened. There's a lot of
You've heard the
speculation.
conspiracy theory, right?
Oh,
I've heard a
got
couple of them.
replaced. They got him.
They got him like Gucci.
That's one of them. That's one of them. So well, before I get into the conspiracy theory, do you have anything you want to say, Carl? I don't want to cut you off.
No, that's what I want to dive into. Yeah, hey, man, somebody said they pulled him out of a tube and replaced him with the clone of Jamie Foxx of Famey Jocks.
Thanks, what's his real name? E.
Eric. Oh man, you're gonna make me look it up. I can't.
My
think of
bad,
his
man.
name.
I know that you knew this.
You got you got
you were
me.
the one who told me that.
Yeah. Eric Marlon Bishop.
Yeah,
So that's who
Yeah.
that is. It's Eric. It's not Jamie Foxx. That's Eric Marlon Bishop out there.
That's right. He got a good name. He's got a good name.
EMB.
Just saying.
that's EMB right there in the flesh,
That's right.
dude.
EMB. So Jamie Foxx died and Eric Marlon Bishop was reborn.
That's crazy, dude. Why do people just go to that place? Like,
Oh, no,
that
no,
is
no,
the
no.
weirdest thing.
So here's the thing. Skip.
There it is.
So the conspiracy theory that I've heard was that he was getting ready to go on some show or testify about something that Diddy having gay
Oh,
parties
what the-
or whatever.
Okay,
And then
I thought it was about the Pac thing.
No. Something
weirder.
about exposing people, and then the elites got to him, and they said because he didn't want to take the vaccine when he was doing a movie. Yeah, they're shooting
right.
this latest movie, and they're like, "Look, you're gonna take this. And then when they gave him the vaccine, it stroked him out or whatever. And I was just like, I heard this at the barbershop.
Where
just
the real
put that
facts
out.
come out.
And I'm just sitting there. I was like this. Really?
They're like, look straight. Hold
Don't
on.
mess that line up, please.
That's what I heard,
Yeah,
fool,
that
man. They're just doing that, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah,
bro.
man. When I heard that, I was just like, that's a new one. That's a new one right there. Okay.
That's how they taking people out, huh?
I guess so, dude.
Trying to give you the fake scene.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
We're
telling you
gonna
about the
phase you out of
Illuminati and
life.
then asking you. Yeah, and they're telling you about the Illuminati and then asking you how high you want your fade. So how do you want it, man? Oh, we're still paying attention? That's good. Okay.
Like you about to get faded. Bzzz. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm
Crazy.
glad that his story has a happy ending. And once again, I hope Bronny's ends up the same way. So a happy ending, that is.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
not
we all want a
conspiracy
happy ending,
theories.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, man. Just craziness.
There's a lot of craziness going on. And you know all these crazy stories? You know where I've seen them all? I get them all off of Twitter.
Where? Wait, what's that?
Excuse me. I get them off of X.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Generation
Owned by X-Corp.
X.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. I don't even care. I hope we don't get a copyright strike for this. Hold on, guys. I just have to. I don't know if it's gonna play on your end, but here we go, fellas. And 3, 2. Yeah, I don't want to get our stuff taken down. Copyright strikes. But I had to put the X on there, man.
I mean, yeah, throw it on the pod, throw it on the side of the Twitter building or the X building. I don't know what to call anything anymore. What is this?
Pimp my social media site. Hey, dog, we heard you like social media sites, so we put a new social media site inside of your social media site.
Yeah, dude. We're gonna have to figure out a different name for you, Trey, because Chief Tweet, you're gonna be like Chief X. Like, I don't get it.
That sounds like something else. That'll get you banned in Utah.
Let's just call it Professor X and leave it there. I'm on my Charles.
Professor X. There you go.
I can't call you.
Man.
We can't call you Little Trey X.
Trey. Hold on, man. Wait a minute. You know, I do like to, ride till I can't no more. Pause. Oh man, that's what she said. Elon, I had high hopes, bro. I did. You can go back into. I've been critical every step of the way. We've got episodes, archives of the changes and the things that you've been doing. I give y'all one argument on this before I open it up to what you really think. This is my take on it. It's like Facebook becoming Meta. He's trying to branch out into something more than just Twitter. I can see Twitter being, instead of it being Twitter, what is it now, the corp that is now running it?
Yeah, X-Corp.
Yeah.
X-Corp, yeah.
Man, that sounds like something the Terminators are made out of. Anyway.
That sounds like something out of Mr. Robot.
Yeah. X-Corp.
I can see him trying to branch out and get other avenues, other media outlets underneath X as I just don't think you can change Twitter. Twitter's been around since 2008?
Yeah, we talked about it off mic. What are we going to call tweets? What are we going to call retweet? Re-X's?
Exactly. X's.
What the hell is that?
I sent you an X, bro. I sent you 3 X's.
Dude, did you see that?
Don't open that at work.
Did you see that XX? Yeah. It's so crazy. Man,
like,
okay, so
he was following my X.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, this is the thing too. Like I looked it up on the App Store. It's owned by X Corp right now. They haven't changed any of the logo stuff. But yeah, if you get on to the app formerly known as Twitter, yeah, you just see the damn X logo and you see the API slowly morphing. Like they're just really, when you brought up the Meta thing, it reminded me that Meta was built by committee. This wasn't just Zuck just going like, I want to name it Meta. It was a bunch of people saying we have a bunch of different integrated services. Like we are the meta part of the internet. So there was like a philosophy behind it, like a design ethos that kind of went into play. Yeah, nobody got it, but it is what it is now. And it stands like sovereign, and that's what it is. That's the platform that's going to be on in the future. And I think they had a good kind of mindset for that. This is one guy playing with Legos. Like, you know what I mean? like taking things as he builds it up and breaks it down as he sees fit, and there's nobody else around him to say like, "Hey, man, there's instructions for this." Like,
Not
you
the
know
Legos.
what I mean? Yeah, dude.
I know what his favorite letter in the alphabet was. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, now we all know. Damn freaking X.
I got X. I got space.
So
X. got
I saw an
Model
article
X.
on The Verge yesterday. Apparently, the police rolled up when they were working on the sign. Something about some sort of misunderstanding. People believed it to be permit later. When they were taking off Twitter off the side of the building. So it stopped it. They got about halfway done or 3/4 of the way done before they said, all right, we're going to cut it for the day. So Elon has talked about maybe using Twitter and turning it into a protocol. So I'm wondering if this is like grounds or taking the name, rebranding it so you can start going more into that idea. Mastodon has a protocol. Good Lord, I forgot the name of it, but there are a couple of different protocols for how these decentralized social media sites work. I'm wondering if he's working on something like that. Another thing, and I was talking with my teammate today at work, he was saying that Elon's also looking at building their own large language model, aka a Bard or a Chat GPT, one of those type of things. But he said we're already so behind that we're them. They're going to lose the market share or not have the market share and the name recognition out of the gate. But he was also saying how these current large language models are focused on political correctness and thus not giving the complete answers to people. So I'm saying all this is because it sounds like Elon's trying to do a lot at once. He hired that lady, I think it's Linda Yaccarino, away from NBC Universal. You can fact check me on the name. I know that Yaccarino's her last name, but he hired her. She's supposed to be the new CEO. And I think he's supposed to be functioning as like a CTO, but it might be one of those things where it's like, yeah, you do the people stuff and you shake hands and kiss babies. And if something goes wrong, I can just yank you out of the seat and it doesn't look bad on me. That's the perception. But right. That's the perception. But changing the name to X in your X Corp, that's weird. It's like everybody looked at Google and you had Google. And Google owned YouTube and Google owned several other things like I can't think of the driving company all of a sudden, but they had Project
Alphabet.
Loon. No. Alphabet is what is Google. The old Google is now Alphabet, but they had several other products that suddenly I just can't think of their names. YouTube is the only one. YouTube is the only company that's actually still a Google company. So it's a sub company of a sub company. Whereas they have all these other services under Alphabet that are wholly separate entities, but under that umbrella. As you guys mentioned, Meta said, okay, we want to kick it up a notch. Meta's focused on Quest, WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram. These are products that go under Meta. And if you guys can't see me, but I'm doing like the whole
Threads.
Well, Threads is the YouTube
Instagram.
of Instagram.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Sorry, I just had to.
So,
He was doing that.
did I mention WhatsApp?
Yeah, you put WhatsApp.
Okay. So I don't know what the goal is here for X. I don't know if he just didn't like the name. He didn't like the way it doesn't fit the vision that he had. And if he's trying to get people to say, hey, you're changing Twitter isn't what it used to be, then this is a good way for him to say, well, Twitter doesn't exist anymore.
That's something I read on Fox Business or something I was reading earlier, where he said it worked back then. Your character space was limited to 140 characters. So it was like tweets back and forth from a bird. Now you're not limited to that. You can put long messages together. Hours of video can be uploaded. It's different now. Was something that he said, paraphrasing, but this is what he said. So we want to change that image. It's not tweets back and forth. I think this is where he said he was going to call the messages X's, which I still kind of, it's just like, what? But I can get when you're trying to say, okay, look, it's not quick little tweets back and forth now. We're a more prominent platform where you can say more and do more. It would make more sense to me if it was X is the corp and you had Twitter and a video platform and something. Go buy Vine and bring it back. Like, there's, I don't know, just and make that a sub X company. But to make Twitter X, it'd be like if you logged into Facebook and it just said Meta, which is a little strange to me.
Two companies that I was actually three I was trying to think of, and I assume this one was under Google. I just did a quick wiki. Waymo is who I was thinking about for Google. They do autonomous driving. You've got Wing, who does drone delivery, and then Verily, who does human health. And then I guess Google Fiber is a separate company from Google itself. So anyway, sorry guys. It was bothering me to not name those companies because they were front of mind. But as you were saying, and that's one thing I wanted to talk about was an X. I'm going to send you an X. I'm married now. I don't want to see my ex.
What are you talking about?
X marked the spot.
Exactly.
Hey, what is this X app on your phone? Are you keeping track of your exes?
Exactly. Oh my God, look at all these X's. Right. That just doesn't roll off the tongue. I'd rather you call it a
Texas,
Zeet or a Zweet.
Move to Texas. All
Put
the
an
X's
X
are in
in front
Texas.
of the T, the W, right?
Sweet.
I sent a Zweet.
If we gave him the chance, if he became governor, he'd call it Zexus for sure.
Zexus, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And it would be two X's. You would replace the T and the S. Zexus.
And he wouldn't replace the T. He would just move it sideways a little bit, make it look like an X. Just to keep true.
That's true, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't.
It's one man.
I gotta see where it goes. I was talking a lot of.
I don't love the name
about,
change. It just. Sorry, Trey.
No, you're like you. I'm honestly, I cut you off, but we were talking a lot of mess about how he was verifying people, how that was going to drive people away. It didn't kill it. Now there are different. You have the gold little checks for companies, blue checks for people that pay for it. You were able to diverge off of that. I gotta see where he takes it. I just don't love it, but I didn't love the last couple of things he did either. So where are we going?
Yeah.
I think.
Where's the rocket?
I think that might be the sentiment for. Yeah, it might be the sentiment for all the people that are diehard Twitter users. They're like, all right, let's see where this goes. And I think they're held captive because of the way it scrolls and the way it gives you your information. Once you're tapped into that vein, it's beautiful, right? Like, so now they're just putting up with this name change. Like, all right, let's see where this goes until it's too much, until we go to Threads.
You know what? He had to have known Threads was in the pipeline. He had to have known. It's Silicon Valley, guys. I mean, it's
those big people that run those companies. They all know what's going on, man. Nobody's ever really shocked.
And nothing ever because think about it. Okay, if you want to go and go conspiracy theory here, let me turn this light off real quick.
You are now entering the conspiracy zone.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Okay.
Because we're tweeting at everybody.
So for those of you who can't see me on video, I turned my light off because it's about to get real serious in here. Think about in the industries. It could all be a coincidence. It could be a coincidence. But like, you take Apple, right? And they say, hey, we're going to get rid of the headphone jack. How many phones have now gotten rid of the headphone jack? Quite a few of them still have them, but all of a sudden they did that. It took forever in a day to do it, but Apple's going to go USB-C. But somebody made the change to the USB-C. Now that's more of a standard thing, all right? So I know somebody is going to be yelling at me going, that's a standard. That's not even the same. That's not a conspiracy. Shut up.
That was the EU. That was the EU that forced them to do
that. That was the EU thing. But I mean, just even before Apple, when other people were doing it, like, I get it. It's a standard. Okay. But then, like, I'm a guitar player. It seems like every year, all of a sudden, all these delay pedals come out. There's a huge push on delay. Oh, Strymon's got a new delay. Oh, Chase Bliss put out a new delay. Oh, all these guys. And then the next year, it's all about fuzzes. Hey, we're going to put all these fuzzes out. And then this, and then that. And it's like every year they make new TVs. I get it. But there seems to be this new thing that happens where everybody changes and puts out a similar product to compete at the same time, which is like, it feels planned, right? It doesn't feel like, hey, we just came out with this thing and everyone's reacting and going, oh crap, that's a game changer. Bro, we got to change it up. Whatever. So I say that because Threads came out. Threads is where you're going to go if you still want to preserve the Twitter experience. Zuckerberg did Musk a favor because now Musk can go, bet that. I've been wanting to change this anyway. If you want the old Twitter, you can have the old Twitter. It's over there. Over there? It's over there, dear. It's over there.
Over there.
It's over there. Oh, the deer. Shout out to Piglet. But it's over there. But X is something new. It's something entirely different. You could change it up, as you mentioned. You can do away with character limits. There's videos, all kinds of stuff. So that's the rebranding. Again, he did him a little bit of a favor, in my opinion. It's not so much a conspiracy. I'm kind of being facetious when I say that, but it's probably coincidental, but it's probably also not. Like there just seems to be all these things change in a certain way around the same time. And that's just when I'm a guy that notices patterns, and I'm just like, is it all really coincidental? This feels planned.
This was either very planned or Elon just completely overreacted to Threads. It's like one or the other.
That's another thing.
That's the only two ways that I can see. He's either been working on this for a minute, which I can see because it's X. It's like, man, SpaceX, this X, what else am I going to do? Or he was just like, oh man, Threads is circling. We need change. You ever see that SpongeBob episode where like the inside of his brain is just running around like shredding papers and like throwing stuff? Little SpongeBob's in his brain. That's how I imagine
a whole episode of SpongeBob ever.
I have to send you. It's a meme and a GIF now. I have to send it to you. But it's just, you know,
the only thing I know of is like 4 hours later. That's all I know.
My leg. Okay. That's just how I figure his office and his team look like for the last 2 weeks since Thread came out. They're like, we need something. I got it.
He just goes to a whiteboard. No, he just does that. And then he goes to a whiteboard and just goes there. And then like, what does that mean?
He just puts the pen down and walk out. Y'all figure it
out. So, you know, or they had been working on this internally for a while and just said, you know what? Now is as good as the time as any.
They were loading up the chamber and they said, you know what? Let's fire it off. Let's do it.
We're about right 3/4, 50%, 3/4 of the way there. We're going to lift these restrictions. Do it to it.
Yeah, but what does that all entail? They're just changing the API just a little bit to show you. It's like a preview right now. And yeah, it's not really doing much other than just putting it in front of eyeballs. But you tapped on it, Trey, like Elon's really good at looking stupid or really smart. So that's the best game he plays. Like all the decisions he makes are either really dumb or really smart, and we don't know until like it matures. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're talking about it.
We just got to.
He did something right.
Yeah, we got to give him the benefit. Yeah, we got to give him the benefit of the doubt and see what the hell's going to happen because right now Twitter is missing.
I just want to know how much he's going to pay for X.com, or is it going to be X.X or X.tweet?
You want X videos? Like, what are you doing, bro? Hold on.
Oh man, they banned the account, dude. I'm a little pressed about that. Let's not bring that.
Which account did they ban?
The X videos,
the video
Twitter.
website.
Oh, jeez, I don't know anything about that.
Me neither. No clue.
Anyways,
so speaking of craziness, I was driving the other day. And it was crazy. I was in DC, and I saw a baby standing on the corner, and I said, "Hey, baby, what are you doing?" He said, "He's selling drugs." I'm selling drugs. That bothered me. So I told the limo driver, I said, go back around. I said, hey, baby, stop selling drugs. He said, F you. I got kids to feed. For those of you who don't know, I'm doing a very horrible Dave Chappelle impression. He had a joke where he talks about a kid selling drugs. He said he saw a baby on a corner selling drugs, and the baby responds back and says, F you, ninja. I got kids to feed. And the reason why I'm bringing this joke up in particular, because I was watching the Comedy Hype YouTube channel days ago when they first broke the story, or not broke, but when they first started talking about Carly Russell, who's the main topic, so to speak. And people were saying, hey, Dave Chappelle predicted this. In the words of Charlie Murphy, when you're talking about Rick James, Prince, wrong. No, that joke is about kids raising kids. That's what that joke was about. Kids raising kids. It's deep. Some real deep stuff. Carly Russell says she saw a baby on the side of the road. She disappeared for how long? 48 hours?
It was about 3 days thing.
Yeah.
Or 3 days? 2-3 days before they found her?
Yeah. Oh, no. Then nobody found her. She showed back up.
Or, yeah, you're right. So
this whole thing is just terribly interesting.
49 hours just, to be.
Yeah.
49. So it was 2 days. Okay. So, huh?
Yep. Yeah. So just to start, like, this captivated, like, pretty much the whole United States, because we thought we had, like, a true crime missing woman case. Right. It was going to be just some big thing, and everybody on the internet was speculating as to what had happened, and stuff started coming to light at the beginning and at the end of this whole thing that just really made this like a whamp whamp.
Man, this is like great trombone material is what this is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was.
I got you covered.
Like, people's work days, water cooler talks, like, what do you think happened to the lady? And like all that stuff. And I don't know, like, once I think the most fascinating thing to me is this woman shows up, like, after all that stuff, she claims she went missing. Evidence starts coming to light that she was looking at stuff on her work computer about putting out an Amber Alert if you had to pay for it. She also Googled the movie Taken. And and yeah, she just searched a couple ways to kind of like pretty much disappear on site. And she,
so I got a couple things for you. I got a couple things for you guys. First of all, I'm very proud of America, and I'm really happy for our people, our African Americans. I'm very happy because this is the first time America's cared about black people going missing.
Oh man.
But at the same time, she just set us back. Dang it. She just set us back. The one time they cared about us. You know what, though? I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm out of all of this, the thing I'm most excited for is the verses with Jussie Smollett, man. It's going to be great. Jussie.
With Juicy.
The verse, Juicy versus Carly. That is going to be the dopest verses ever. I mean, the winner.
I need a 30 for 30.
Hey, man, the winner is whoever shows up. You know what, guys?
Man.
So her attorney came out today and said she takes it all. You know, she didn't see a baby. She takes it all back. She didn't see a baby.
Yeah, and
she wasn't kidnapped. We talked about this a little bit in the pre-show. And if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, this is the biggest load of BS. This is a distraction. You know what I mean?
Oh,
once she was found, we should, and I don't know. The circumstances around this just didn't look right. It's not that I don't care about the sister. That's gotten, hey, if something really had happened to her, then of course. But once she showed up and people started doing the math, like, I don't know, guys. Maybe that's just my conspiracy brain kicking in, but it just feels like everybody focus on this and stuff's happening over there.
They dangle out something in front of you. That's what I don't want to say the mainstream media, because I guess that's what we are now. But that's what
no, we are not the mainstream media.
we're media, I guess, in one way.
We're considered new.
But the mainstream media is this what they do, right? They dangle something out you. It's look at this, don't look at this in the background. That's just how they try to control and dictate what you care about. So it's strange. I can say that it's very strange circumstances, weird story. Just enough to captivate you. Like Carr said, to bring that water cooler talk, bring it to the front of everybody's minds. What are you doing? So you have a submarine for a week and a half. Now you have this lady talking about a missing lady who's looking for babies on the side of the highway. Looking for her Liam Nelson. Not Nielsen, but looking for her Liam Nelson. But it'd be a brother. Cause never mind.
Liam Nelson.
She's like,
I'm looking to get her back. Yeah.
And I'm gonna pop that.
Yeah, I'm gonna find her.
It's just strange timing for me. So much stuff going on. Strange story. It's a strange circumstance, and it leads me to the question: was this? There's either a distraction or there's something that's like she really needs some help, because to go through all of this for the attention, it's either attention grabbing or something really happened they didn't want you to see. So what is it? Because to stage an entire, like, I was a dramatic kid, did get my way. I'm going to run away, pack my clothes and get 2 houses down, and then realize that it's 10 o'clock at night and it's dark and it's cold. Turn around, go back inside. Sorry, my bad. I'm going to sleep now. But to stage an entire abduction, there's a aspect to that. There's a cry for help to that either needs to be looked at, or something else that needs to be looked at that they're trying to stage as a cry for help now. What's going on?
Yeah.
I just wonder what that Monday back to work for her was like. How you doing, Carly?
Welcome back.
Want some donuts? Yeah. You want a donut?
Yeah, we revoked your FMLA leave.
Yeah, dude.
Next
the PTO request. Oh yeah, what?
I was just gonna say next Mardi Gras, she's getting the king cake.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If you don't know what a king cake is, y'all, there's usually a baby in it.
Yeah, pull the baby out. Yeah, that's good. She's gonna get mad. There it is.
They decorated the cube with Boss Baby.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. Look, mental health is a serious thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are fed up with their lives, man. Like when it becomes a media storm, that's a whole nother thing too. Like something within like the algorithm or whatever just really propelled this thing to snowball to everybody, and it grabbed hearts and minds, and we ended up with a woman coming back like, "Yep, I got kidnapped. The kidnapper fed me Cheez-Its and played with my hair," and that's what she said.
Your hair smells nice.
Your hair smells nice. You want some Cheez-Its? Like, it's those little details. Yeah, dude. Like, she had brand recognition in the thing too. She's shilling for big Cheez-Its. That's what she's doing, man. This is the whole thing. This is just making people buy Cheez-Its.
Hey, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. Just a young woman, like a beautiful girl, actually. Just a real young woman. Like, just. Yeah, I see her face and I see her smile and I see all the pictures of her and stuff. And yeah, there's just something underneath the surface there that we're not seeing that ended up in this whole debacle, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Crazy, dude.
Pain behind the smile, right?
Yeah.
You never know what somebody's going through.
Yeah. Yeah. That's something that you could see. Yeah, you never do. So always tread with kindness, because you never know what people are going through, where their mental's at. And people who truly go through certain type of issues, a lot of times are good at hiding things and knowing how to go through the motions. So, you got to tread things with kindness, or you should, kindness, tread with kindness, treat people with kindness. You never know what you're getting into. Never quite know what you're getting into, but it was the baby on the side of the road that got everybody.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people were saying, like, well, what happened to the baby?
Yeah, that's the thing, too. There's a whole human being missing.
right? It's like, hey, we're glad you're here, but where was the baby? you know?
Oh, it's just a baby. Like, yeah, like what? Like,
what
yeah,
about
that's
me?
the whole thing. Like, yeah. What about me? I was missing. The baby's fine. Like, I'm talking to him. Like, I'm talking to him right now. He's fine. Like, nah, man. Like, that's the thing too. Like, she fabricated this whole. I guess she owned up to it. Yeah, we could say now that she fabricated this whole illusion thing just for some reason or another, and now it's gonna follow her for the rest of her life. You know, it's she's gonna be that girl that walked away one day and showed back up and said the things that she said. Google taken at her work computer. Man, dude, I bet her. I want to see like what the IT department did for her login to provide for that chain of custody for the police to look at when they put her under the investigation when they got into 0365 and went boop, and then the detectives were like taking face masks. What? What's? Hey, I don't know where she's at, man. But look, she got bus tickets on the work computer. Like,
that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I don't
just
know.
absolutely
Yeah,
crazy,
dude.
bro.
Yeah, dude.
And just to kind of circle back what he said, it's really makes you think because I just go straight to, man, I hope that young lady's okay, and give her time, give her her space. But what if there really is something that's going on? What did she say? She was tied up, put into an 18-wheeler, some sort of ring that they don't want exposed. Something deeper.
This does take a lot of elements from the real world too and put it all together, and it could be plausible, man. There's no saying it's not plausible. But yeah, we've here in South Texas, we have 18-wheelers full of people that get found every day and they're dead in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the unfortunate truth. Human trafficking is still a real thing. And just the fact that it became like an element of somebody's personalized fiction, that shows like a certain level of awareness that not a lot of people have. And it just kind of blends into her own personal story. And then we're all just kind of sitting here thinking like, what is the manifestation of whatever problem that turned into this? Like,
what made her turn to this?
Yeah. Like, what is this? She writes like crazy fanfics. I'll just put it that way. Yeah. She's like, she put a story together, man. Like she freaking Kaiser Sose'd us.
Oh, I know, right? Oh man, she was in a barbershop quartet in Skokie.
Yeah, dude, Carly Sose, dude, dang,
Carly Sose. Oh man,
pretty interesting.
Now
stuff.
I want to end with the theme song to that show. The Usual Suspects is a classic. Oh my gosh. Yeah, man. I hope that she gets the help that she needs because obviously for her to do this, there's got to be something going on upstairs. The family's asked for privacy and everybody to respect her and her terms and stuff. So, not her terms, respect her and her privacy and time and all that other stuff. That's what I meant to say. I don't know. I really don't have much else to say about her. I mean, she made some stuff up. I'm sure she regrets it. Maybe not. She got her 5 minutes of fame. She may not. She might be
for sure
saying, "Hey, it worked."
Account is, for sure. Her X account is set to private right now, or XVIT, whatever.
You gotta find it first.
Oh man,
Jesus.
Oh
no, it'll just pop up in a couple of days.
Walker.
Just wait, search it, and it'll pop back up in a couple of days. Don't worry about it. Sorry,
we are brutal.
Man, see, this is why I can't be in a room with you guys for more than a couple of hours because
Absolutely,
we just start going in.
We're brutal, bro.
I love you guys too. Hey,
I love you guys.
We did not give our gratitude and shout outs. If you fellas don't mind, I'm going to start. I want to thank all the people that came by my father's viewing, friends, family, people that he's touched. It's a tough time, but we still have one more thing to go. We have the actual funeral and send off. But for those of you who were there and for those of you who are coming, from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of my family, which is Trey and myself and everybody else, thank you.
Beautifully put.
I think that's well put, and a great way to end the show. Again, pleasure doing this with you guys. And for me, at least,
that
until
statement
next time.
too. Much love to y'all's family. Thank y'all for letting me in. So I love you guys.
Hey, back at you, brother. Back at you. And I'm gonna give an extra shout out to Carr for treating me to and my daughter to some good old Mexican food last week.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
My stomach was on tilt, son, in a good way.
Yes,
like I was so full, bro. Like I got home, the TV was watching
out
me.
like a light.
I was holding my side. I was like, I didn't eat that much.
Yeah, we all gotta go. Good. Go. For sure.
Yeah.
We gotta go one day for sure.
The girls are like, let's watch RWBY. I was like, no, I'm watching Betty Bye.
You guys.
Yeah, have fun. I'm going to sleep. So, speaking of sleep, it's getting late. So, we're going to end with Buenos noches.